Hello and welcome back to my 20th day of learning Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Yesterday I told you I was going to work on in the first two pages, kind of the story that I think this piece is telling, to figure it out. And I just did that off camera, just right before I started the recording. And I came to kind of an interesting conclusion. So this piece, Beethoven wrote this whole sonata while he was going, deaf, while he was going deaf. And I think that this first movement kind of encapsulates all the stages of grief, if you know what I'm talking about. So like, in the beginning, I'm gonna play it, try to do my best to play it. I don't want to say the same way as it's often played, but like, I want to play it exactly as written until measure like 10. Yeah, measure 10. And that's when, I don't know, maybe he figures it out, or maybe he gets his diagnosis or something. He realizes, he's told or figures out that he's going deaf, and well, he's shocked. He's just numb from shock, and that kind of general feeling goes on for a few measures. Then a little bit of sadness sets in, of course, and then eventually in measure 24, he starts to deny it. He's thinking, no, this can't be right. There's even a part where the voice is swapping back and forth in between hands, and I think that's kind of symbolizing maybe an argument with somebody, or an argument, or an internal argument, or internal crisis. And then after that whole section in measure 38, not at measure 38, but like 42, my bad, is when he really accepts what's happening to him. And he's trying to make the most of the time he has left. In 48, I'd like to think of it like he's playing his piano like one last time, when he could hear it fully before he can't ever hear it the same way again. But just thinking about that, or maybe right after that, eventually he can't hear it anymore, and then that just leads to more anger and sadness and despair and negative emotions. And then at around measure, 55, around then, it really starts to go away. His hearing really starts to go away, and I want to play it like that, fading from there slowly into nothingness. Eventually, when we get to measure 61 or so, and the left hand takes over the melody for the rest of the piece. I'd like to think that's because he can't hear the high notes anymore. This is all he can hear clearly. So this starts to become the right hand, the arpeggios become less and less clear until the end. And I don't want to end it as a relax. I want to end the piece kind of on a tension point, or like, I don't know how to put this, not on a tension point, but like, I don't want to end the piece and just get up and walk away from the piano and it's done. I want to end the piece and it hangs in the air after I'm done for a little while, if you know what I mean. But I want to do a run through of the piece, narrating exactly what I'm talking about, for those of you who don't have the score and aren't looking at measure numbers. And then I'm going to try to play the piece through, the way I want to, that follows all these guidelines. I'm going to try, of course, while I'm narrating, but I'm going to be focusing a little bit on talking as well, so I don't know how it'll go, but let's hope for the best. So, just one more thing before I get started. Right in the beginning, like I said, I want to play it exactly how he wrote it. So that's sempre pianissimo e senza sordino. So always pianissimo and without dampers. So with the pedal pressed down, not all the way, but just a little bit. So like on my piano, the pedal starts to engage about halfway down. So that's about where I want to have my foot. So the dampers are still a little bit in contact with the strings because this is such a bigger instrument than they ever had. I still need a little bit of the dampers so it doesn't sound ridiculous and super muddy. But I do want a little bit of non-clarity. So it's the best way I can put it. So here we go. Yeah, that's about right. Let's see, I'm going away. Alright, that was definitely closer. I couldn't pay all the way attention because I was talking like I said before, but I thought that was a lot better, definitely, and a lot more interesting than the way I played it before. And I want to try it, like I said earlier, again without talking and see how well I can do it. Alright, that was, I'm definitely a fan. I think I ended a little bit better, before, so I want to try that again, maybe a couple times, but other than that, I was really happy with, and of course the spot I messed up, which I'll work on after the. Sorry about that, I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb again, but as I was just saying, other than those couple spots that weren't quite as good as they could be, and as good as they were last time, I was really happy with all of it. So I'm gonna start earlier at about, I'll start at like 54, and try to finish the piece strong. Alright, yeah, I was much happier with that. So, I'm really glad I went through that, because I was really happy with this. I know that how loud I ended up getting in some of the sections, is probably going to be, is definitely going to be a bit controversial, because of that, because Beethoven literally wrote never get above pianissimo. But I just didn't, that just didn't feel right to me. And it's all a matter of interpretation. I've never seen anybody do it like that. But maybe I can pull it off. I don't know. I really liked it, and I know it can be so much better even than it was. But I guess I'm gonna still practice it this way and Beethoven's way some, just to compare as time goes on and see which ends up being better. So tomorrow, well, I don't actually have a plan for tomorrow, but I'll think on that tonight. And well, until then, I guess, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.